So our runners are just about ready to get started, and we are off. We have a Sanctuary start from Fayaine and a Link's House start for Samura1man. Just a piece of heart in Link's House, but we have the Power Glove right away in Sanctuary. So some initial route divergence, always a little bit fun. A lot to look at and see what's going on. Looks like Samura1man's trying to get set up the tree pool here. And just some hearts. Ooh, but a bomb from the Dancing Pickle for Fayaine. So that's a nice start. Fayaine opting not to check the bush crab. An uncle with the blue mail. I completely missed what was in the chest there. Alright, so Samura1man will be following in Fayaine's footsteps for the next few minutes, I suppose. Oh, and we have an early Moon Pearl, so we're already 2/3 of the way to Dark World access with that Power Glove and Moon Pearl. Be interesting to see if we get another either the mitts or the hammer early in Kakariko. It would really expand our runners' options. So we'll have to see what transpires here. And there is just a piece of heart in the Lumberjack Cave, so no Agar requirement yet. Oh, when we have simultaneous map checks, we have the Blue Pendant up at Hera and Crystal 5 at Eastern Palace. So we'll see what Kakariko has in store. Fayaine got lucky with that one bomb, so maybe they will find some more bombs before having to go in without bombs to the next hut. Samura1man getting his Moon Pearl. Oh, we have Fetch Quest Blinds Hut so far. Oh, and Quake. So got a bottle and a mushroom in there. Oh, and the clutch bomb drop. Great, because there was not enough rupees in that blind set to go buy bombs yet. So that was a lucky get. Now, Samura1man wasn't lucky with the bomb drop, so he's electing to just jump into the well. And the hammer. We have Dark World access with 4 hearts and half of Kakariko left to be checked. This is pretty exciting. Oh, and a sword. All right. So it will really be interesting. I'm sure we're going to get some route divergence here with just how much our runners have open to them. And the bottle vendor today is giving some nice return on your investment. Samura1man did not have a bomb, so he's hopefully going to drop back in and get that. I would imagine Fayaine will also pick up some bombs here before leaving Kakariko. And just a bomb upgrade from the Sick Kid. So it looks like Fayaine's going to check out the library and the race game, and then out of all the options, we'll see where they go. Ooh, powder sitting in the library. So could be important, maybe not. Well, I guess we'll see. And just a piece of heart at the race game. So now the first decision. And since Fayaine hasn't been to Link's house yet, they're getting the piece of heart, and they're going immediately down. We'll see if they stay in the light world or go to the dark world. And they are opting to do South Shore. So Samura1man didn't get lucky with that bomb drop earlier, so it's taken him a little bit longer to clear Kakariko than it did Fayaine. And he also did Uncle, so that got him a little bit behind as well. But that's not really being behind, assuming that Fayaine goes and checks Uncle at some point soon. The glove was in the sanctuary, Blue Mail was at Uncle, and the Moon Pearl was in the forest drop. So this is great. Samura1man is opting to head directly to the Dark World. This is some serious route divergence. Oh, we have Crystal 6 at Thieves Town, Green Pendant Mire, Red Pendant Ice Palace. And we get we get boots in Mini Moldorm Cave. So now we immediately have to wonder how long it's going to take Samura1man to make it down to the Light World, South Shore. Fayaine opting to go and check out Ice Rod Cave, it would appear, and just a 20 rupees at the chess game. So our runners are picking up a bunch of trash items in the spots they're checking now. It will be interesting to see where the next progression is. I would imagine the Samura1man having the hammer and a sword will head right into Thieves Town here, especially since it is Crystal 5, I believe. He does only have 5 hearts, but he has the Blue Mail, so if he's careful, it shouldn't be too bad, and I probably just cursed him by saying that. Oh, and we have Ice Rod in the back of Escape. So Samura1man is making his way through Thieves Town, got his big key already. Fayaine is perhaps following in his footsteps. Checking the Bonk Rocks first. Good play. Fayaine might be going to turn in that mushroom. And not a lot of value in Thieves Town so far. I think we just saw a big red out of the vanilla big key location. So unfortunately for Samura1man, Thieves Town is a lot faster with boots. So when Fayaine does this later in the race, they will have a much faster time of this. But he could get progression that helps him catch up. So we'll see what happens here. And I think Fayaine is making their way to Sirhashala. Not sure if they'll continue into Eastern Palace. At the very least, with this amount of divergence, we're always going to have something interesting to look at as far as items that are being found. I believe Ice Palace was a pendant. So Fayaine is opting to head into Eastern Palace. And this is a good time with no items to point out that Rick just linked the runners in chat. Please follow these runners. They're putting on a good show already, and I'm sure it will continue. It's early in a pretty interesting seed where just opened up immediately. So both of our runners are in dungeons. We know in V26 that's where you find a lot of your value. So I would expect to find some sort of progression item fairly soon from one or both of our runners. But for now, we're just getting some dungeon items and pieces of heart. So Samura1man's making his way to the blind fight. 5 hearts, but he does have blue mail. So if he knows the script, it should be manageable for him. Nice start. Slightly off script there, but still really good. And perfect.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Zelnis.
Hey, I did not miss much. Oh, we have a sword, though. An almost Dark World, and we have Dark World. Cool.
Yeah, we had Dark World access almost immediately, so our runners went off in completely different directions.
Yeah, this kind of happened in my race, actually. So, almost exactly what's happening right now. In a race I did, where both me and my opponent, one of us went eastern, one of us went here. We both took 2 completely different routes, so this should be really interesting. And we're already seeing huge divergence. There's boots on the left side.
Yep, and Samura1man did pick up his first crystal, and it was 5 or 6 in Thieves Town, so we got some progress towards our crystal count here.
Nice.
Let's see how trolly this digging game is. It's fairly trolly so far.
Oh, there it is. Pretty sure that was like 29. Oh, he's gonna die. Oh, he's not gonna die? Did... No, he didn't die. You have to kill the guys now.
Yeah, but I don't... Oh, he does have the hammer, so he can kill the statue. Oh, I guess you can kill with fighter sword, too.
You can.
Just takes a while.
Quite well. I think damage is reduced slightly. I would just take the hammer to them. Yeah, it's not like it's... I don't think it's reduced in like the same way. I'm pretty sure they have a damage reduction of some kind.
And all of that just for the map. Yeah, it was 8 hits with the fighter sword. I didn't actually know what that count was, so that's a little rough. We do have some hype cave coming up. Let's get hyped for our money.
Hey, it could be something good. Hey, you paid back the bombs you used. That's good. Oh wow, yeah, see? Already got titans. And silvers. And
Actually,
shovel.
hype cave.
Yeah, actually hype cave. Could even be more hype, we just don't know what that shovel is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I thought he was gonna instantly save and put in shovel, but guess he's gonna try to route that in with something else.
Yeah, so Samura1man is just has even more options now. He has so much that he can do. It'll be very interesting to see what he ends up doing. He still has not gone to the south shore of Light World, so.
Oh really? That's crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, the boots are in Mini Moldorm Cave, so if he puts that off too much longer, it might hurt him.
It's crazy, he has a crystal, but he hasn't even done, like, Mini Moldorm. That's nuts. Oh, we might be seeing that here. Oh, no. High roll.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing the front of escape. He already did the back and the uncle, but he'll just be clearing out the rest, I think. So with all the options available, our runners are going to be in the same little dungeon here. So our runners could sequence break up to Death Mountain, but I'm trying to think what might actually be the progression. So neither have been into the front half of Skull Woods. That is a pretty likely spot. Now with the Titansmiths, you might have to save and quit with the Smith.
Yeah, I hate doing that. I like to put that off so far. If I can.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun.
I'll do it if I have flute, though. And no mirror.
And neither runner has been over to the desert to check Agana.
Well, it looks like there's no way to really route them in, so I don't really blame them.
No, but it's just trying to figure out where that next progression is going to be.
Oh, he was trying to death warp. Oh, no.
Oh. The fairy. Probably feeling a little tilted after that.
It's always rough. And you have boots, it's actually just not that slow to just run back. Having the ice rod early is nice. Do we know the crit? Oh, we do. And it is, that's good. It is required. So. Light World is low percentage this time. Was there anything in Eastern? Because all I saw was a map.
No, I didn't see any.
Oh, is he gonna get revived too? Oh no, we didn't.
The fairy in the bottle was from Eastern, I believe. So.
Oh, that's funny. We're gonna get to see Dark Sewers. I love it.
So that's why Fayaine wanted to death warp, was to get the uncle. Samurai-man just making his way through. So I think Fayaine's done almost everything they can do in the light world, outside of Agana and Zora. Looks like Samurai-man's finally doing the South Shore of the Light World, so he'll be very happy to find those boots.
Oh, nope, he's gonna go do something else. Oh no, never mind, he was just taking a different way. There's like 3 different ways you can get to this spot. Oh, did we see, what was that digging game?
A digging game was 300 rupees.
Oh, right, sorry, I meant, never mind. I meant something else, but that's a different person with the shovel, so. This is so weird, they don't have all the same items.
Yeah, surprisingly, we're going to reach convergence pretty soon, I think, depending on Faye. Okay, so Fayaine is opting to do Skull Woods first. This we might find some progression here.
There's a really, really good chance we do. Did he not even map check yet? Did he do a crystal in Dark World without map checking his Light World? That's really
I think it's possible, yeah.
This is a seed.
I'm not sure why Fayaine walked right by that chest. I'm a little worried though.
No, this is a route. Don't worry, he didn't forget. This is a route people take. It's you're basically just banking on there not being a key there. This was the route in like V25 because no, see, this is just not knowing the logic. Because this chest used to have an item in it.
Yeah, occasionally, I think it was a V23 that they put in the item, but
not even that. It's V25. It was when they did the key change, the change to the algorithm in 25. That they made that because that could soft lock new players, and this randomizer is meant to be played by completely new players. So
yep. So Samurai-man did pick up his boots. I'm sure he's really happy. He's dashing everywhere.
Gets the ice rod cave, gets it out of the way.
So I'm thinking he might sequence break and go up to Zora. Check the waterfall cave.
He does not know he can freeze those guys, does he?
Yeah,
Sorry,
he's having a little bit of trouble.
Those guys have a really weird set of like things that can be done to them. Like regular arrows do nothing but silver arrows kill them. Blue boomerang does nothing but red boomerang stuns them. Hoodshot doesn't do anything. All the medallions, except for Ether, do something. But you can freeze them with the ice rod. It's very strange.
There has been a trolley lack of progression so far in Skull Woods.
Yeah, and he can't continue on, so it's old. There wasn't even any items, was there?
Well, he just got the big key, so now he's probably just going to backtrack and check that.
This might be a fire lot, Skull Woods, so.
Yeah, if Skull Woods doesn't have the intended progression, it's really getting kind of sparse at this point.
where else could they go that they haven't? It's still not a good play to go to Death Mountain, but it might start to just be a good play. Oh,
And
there's the lamp!
Okay,
Oh.
there's our Death Mountain breadcrumb there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good breadcrumb. So like, you don't need the lamp to get to Death Mountain, but the game doesn't expect you to do dark rooms. So whenever you find that, it's usually a good opportunity. Oh, we're going to see what the mushroom has, unless we already saw it.
Yeah, I forget. I think it was a big 20 or
Oh.
something inconsequential.
Well, it gives him a chance to buy some potions if he wants. Have any of them gone to Zora's?
No, Zora is still an option. Agana is still an option, and now Death Mountain is.
Yeah, there's I saw like the Samura1man just went and did that blind fight. And he's like, he doesn't even have that much health. That's a little ballsy.
Yeah, he had the script down pretty well, so he was pretty much on script for the fight.
Samura1man is definitely one of those names that I recognize. So I know that he's in a lot, but same with Fayaine. So, but what's the item? Oh, bombs. Okay. So he's not even checking. He's not even doing the fate flip to check the fate flip items. Makes some sense. You're basically just trade in half of the items for the other half. Now, if this hole has something, oh nope, absolutely nothing. There's a life lesson for you.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Fayaine might have the key to the progression here, but they have all of Thieves Town to do and all the way around to Hype Cave, so they might not get there for a while.
It's Samura1man. He just go to Death Mountain anyway if he wants, which he's doing. So, oh no, he hasn't checked this bond rod. So, well, he might still be going to Death Mountain, but
yeah, we'll have to see. That would be a reasonable choice at this point.
Like with how few locations that there are, he kind of has to know at this point that either he's gonna find the flute or the lamp somewhere. But they're in such a small area. Like for example, they could fake flip to Ice Palace if they wanted. But
they don't have a Bombos or Fire Rod yet, though.
Oh, yeah, silly me. I just like that sequence break. It's a fun one. It's a fun one to me.
So Samura1man is making his way through the Dark Cave, and Fayaine is trying to get through Thieves Town here.
It's a bit of a rough dungeon without good equipment.
It is. He has the blue mail, so that does help a little bit. It cuts a lot of the damage in half here, so...
Okay, that's not it. So, like, we know that none of this is really a sequence break. Because both runners were given the equipment very early to get that lamp. So the game does expect them to have the lamp right now. So it's not too big of a sequence break. But so what else do we have after this? If there's no item right here, yeah, isn't that much?
Agnes Cave and the Smith sequence and the hammer pegs and all that.
Yeah. Now I do like to point this out. We are in the secondary tournament, so and the shovel. I just haven't seen that yet.
That's true.
Every once in a while, we will run into in the secondary tournament people not knowing like weird intricacies. Especially if maybe they watched the V18 and then just kind of decided to join on a whim. Like for example, you couldn't save and quit with the Smiths, but in vanilla you can. You don't usually need to, but you can, and I think it's there so like it's a little trolly to a new player vanilla wise. Tis I don't actually know how to where to bring these Smith guys. Then you quit.
This is a great memory by Samura1man because this is another thing they can do.
Oh, ooh, I didn't know that. Yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work here. He's trying to shortcut it like you can in desert. You have to
Oh
hit the
no.
bookcase. Oh, those stupid
Fayaine taking a
grasshoppers.
death.
It's the worst room to die in the entire dungeon.
Yeah, if you haven't bombed the floor and gotten the chest, it's just awful.
Yeah, that is by far the worst. So we're going to see a bunch of checks here, in theory. That's true. Anyone can forget something major, but not some runners may not even know it's possible, which can be a little bit more frustrating. Like when I started, I didn't even know some of the chest locations.
And just a green rupee for his great memory on that powder. So it will be interesting to see where he goes from here.
Does he not even touch race game? Did they just get like their Dark World in Kakariko, and he just like was like, yeah, you know what, Dark World, that's where I want to be.
Yeah, I can't remember. He went there right after Kakariko, but I don't know if he checked that first.
Okay. Oh, he hasn't been to Eastern yet, but we know that there's nothing there.
Yeah, he'll get another bottle, but that's about it.
Pod could have something, but it's not likely.
Yeah, Pod is a reasonable. I mean, at this point, if you're here at Eastern, you don't get anything. It could be a very good move just to check out Pod while you're around the area. If you have a lot more options, then I would put it off, but they're starting to run out.
Might even be bow in first chest, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Samura1man just said no. I don't want to do Eastern.
So this will be interesting then to see what he decides to do. He's going through the Dark World, so maybe he wants to do Pod first and didn't want to go over to like the 5 flute location.
Yeah, I guess.
Or yeah, well, I guess we'll see where he goes.
Has he checked what's on the pyramid?
No, we haven't done Pyramid or Catfish.
Okay, maybe we'll see those.
So that might be the first check.
People's allergy to Adina's cave is so great nowadays that they go to Catfish first. Sad.
Yeah, I definitely dislike Catfish more than I dislike Agnes Cave.
Adina has a nice old man sitting there. He just wants to have friends.
They're just to the point where they have a few items and they're just so far spread out that none of the choices seem great. And Fayaine is starting their blind fight.
Yeah, let's see if they can pull this off with their... It's like 6 hearts. Somehow, it's done way more of the game, but does not actually have many more hearts than Samura1man. Doesn't have any safeties either, so this is sword only. Ooh. The heads are a bit, are doing a figure 8 in a room. That's my least favorite pattern. There we go. Wow.
Clutched it out.
Clutch. Hello, Mikan.
That's a nice recovery, nice fight there.
Doesn't matter how little health you have at the end of a boss fight. It's just better than if the boss's health is 0.
That's absolutely right.
The allergy to Adina does not pay off.
So I imagine Fayaine is going to end up at the Hype Cave eventually and get their Titan's Mitts and Silver Arrows.
He's going to feel as behind as Samura1man probably did.
Yeah, I really wonder with how this the seat that started really wide open as it's getting narrower and narrower, how the runners are feeling about their choices so far.
Pretty much will only feel good once you found the progression that your opponent found. So like, Samura1man will probably feel pretty good about like lamp. So okay, also just odd prediction. Progression is going to be, and then we're going to find bow in the first few chests of pod. And then we're going to find something in the dark section of pods, since we didn't find anything on Death Mountain with that lamp.
Yeah, what we could actually do is find like hookshot or mirror in the first chest of pod, and then have to come back after getting the bow off of Death Mountain.
That would be an actual forced double dip. Wow, that would suck. Yeah, it looks like Fayaine is gonna get their silvers and their titans.
So time to see what pod has, if we're bow locked or not.
Oh yeah, I think I was cast in that race, Kefka. Okay, so it was a key. So we can still see an item in the next two chests. That is intended. Again, this dungeon is very strange. It can either be here or it can be in that drop down. Oh wow, and there's the mirror. So there it is.
Yep.
There's the. He is now. He might be key locked.
Yeah, he doesn't have a key to go upstairs, but he could check the drop down one.
Which could have done it. He's gonna get there and forget that it's key door. Yeah, you can actually just drop down the other side of the bridge. That was very strange.
Yeah, I think he just forgot that he didn't have a key. Yep, because the mirror was in the first three accessible chests here, the bow could easily be mirror blocked on Death Mountain now.
Specifically, I mean, now we have mirror and bow, so all of Death Mountain is available.
So Samura1man is electing to use his key to go to the back. This wouldn't soft lock him, but it also will not give him the next intended item in the progression.
It's just a very strange quirk with the logic. The logic really wants you to see every single chest, so it will do whatever it can, including like make sure that you can never soft lock here. It's also almost impossible to not check the whole thing. Like, you'd actually just have to have like either an item in the first chest that isn't a key, or like suddenly like no items somewhere else. And it's just very unlucky. There's like 7 keys in this dungeon, and like 4. I want to say there's like, I can't remember how many. Just you have to get rid of the rock. There you go. There's nothing in this part of Escape either, unfortunately. Oh wait, he hasn't. Nobody's checked the sewers.
I think Samura1man might have done it dark.
Oh, might have done dark? Okay.
Looks like he's going to the dark maze.
Well, if he knows how to do it, it's worth it. He already blew open the door. That's the thing I forget all the time. The dark maze isn't too hard once you understand it. Currently he's stuck, but... Oh, he's on 1 HP. So he might end up death warping before you get into this first chest. Oh no, he did it. There we go.
That's our third bottle.
The gist of it is that the majority of that there's like a very large... Yeah, see, he's hit the bottom now. Which means he can go up. So that's pretty much the strat. Oh, he got hit by a sword. A good strategy in that room is to cast Quake, which will stun all those guys and give you a chance to walk through there without dying as easily.
Yep, and then Fayaine is going up Death Mountain. They'll be locked pretty quickly, but at least they'll get the warp unlocked.
Yeah, and that's actually something that Samura1man will be able to do. He'll be able to save and quit.
So Samura1man is determined to get the that chest he left behind in the Dark Maze.
The key thing isn't a flaw in the logic. It's is there so that you don't soft lock. Without, if there aren't 3 keys there, you can lock yourself out of an item. Now, is it a flaw in the logic the bow can only be in those 3 chests in pod? Probably. But also, again, they have to be very careful. Like the pod is a very weird dungeon, and with 2 chests locked behind an item, when normally it's just the boss, is very odd. This dungeon is just very weirdly configured. It's not really VTARP or Christos' fault.
Yeah, the after effects of programming in the soft lock prevention just prevents some things from happening with the item distribution.
Yeah, I think there's like bow can only be beyond those 3 chests like less than a percentage of the time because it has to be that all 3 keys are there.
Yeah, and I think they're making it so it will do that. No item in the Dark Maze, I don't think that was progression. So Samura1man looks like they are... I'm not sure. Maybe Skull Woods before they go up Death Mountain again? Oh, they're probably doing the Smith now that they have the mirror.
That's not a bad play, except for the whole dungeons are good. It's not uncommon. I mean, I've seen seeds where nobody went to Death Mountain for an hour.
Yeah, so Samura1man, he does have access to all of the East Dark Mountain, or East Death Mountain on the light side, and a few chests on the dark side as well. So we'll see when he opts to go up there. But checking Skull Woods is certainly not a bad call right now.
Yep, especially with how common it is that it's got completion in it. In this case, it does. Why are both of our runners doing this room when they have 2 keys?
I couldn't tell you.
Hello, Fayaine or Samura1man from the future. This chest always has a small T. If you do a small T in those other 2 chests, you just walk through the door on the right. There you go. Also, for anyone who doesn't know that, it's just it's because you didn't drop down into that that room, and that's when you have to save and quit and go all the way back to Sanctuary.
Yeah, for the couple of versions that you could get an item in there, it just, even for experienced runners, it just wasn't fun, you know? You find an item and you're stuck. It's like, okay, well, this sucks.
Yeah, I mean, experienced runners would just walk through the door.
True.
But like they would just not go in that room, or they would, but they'd only go in there if they had a key. I think in very like rare circumstances, you could actually end up with being soft locked in that section, but I think that was extremely rare, where there's just no keys in those first 3 chests. But you have the mirror.
He was down to a heart and a half, so I think he just wanted a health refill.
That's fair. Going outside with those squiggly monsters over there, they hurt.
Yeah, they sure do. Nothing in Hammer Peg Cave, unfortunately.
Also, both of our runners didn't do the Stallwood's bomb jump. Weird. These runners are very similarly stilled.
So Fayaine is definitely starting to run out of options. I would think that they'll be making the call for pod before too long. But they are opting to do the Smith without the mirror, unfortunately for them.
But they opt to do purple chest without mirror. Probably not, but that might be what Samura1man's doing. He might be doing the mirror check along the... Oh, nope. Yes? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
Oh no, he's not picking up
overworld.
purple chest. But he is checking the overworld. Oh, he hasn't done Smiths.
Yep. I think he'll do this overworld here and then probably head up Death Mountain.
Unless he finds more progression.
So usually when you get Death Mountain access halfway through the seed instead of like really early on, it's just a trove of items. When you get early access, there's like nothing there, but halfway through, it seems like you find half of what you're missing. So we'll see what we end up getting once our runners make their way up there. Just bombs for bringing the brother home. They're just making explosives in their hut. So not grabbing the chest.
Oh, where is Samura1man going now?
I think he's
Mirror
graveyard. Yeah.
Not a bad play.
And the other green rupee.
Oh, green rupees.
So here we go. Samura1man will likely spend the next 10 or 15 minutes up here, depending on what he finds.
Okay, so Hera is sadly not a crystal. So we won't be seeing... we probably will still see Hera. Most runners just consider Hera part of Death Mountain chests.
Yeah, with how much they have to find and it being a dungeon that has pretty high value, I would expect both of our runners to step inside and check the items.
We are going to see purple chest via save and quit, which isn't the slowest.
No, it could be progression. Who knows?
Ooh! It's gotta be Kane!
So already paying off. It would be interesting to see if Quake is a medallion for T-Rock. You know, you could make the play while you're up here.
Check the first few chests in Turtle Rock. It's not that much time to check the the left side eye room chest, and then the chain chomp room, and the room after chain chomps. So.
And Agana was just holding out on a red rupee.
It's also not unheard of to see Fire Rod in chain chomp room. So. Nope.
Oh no.
It's not too bad of a bomb jump. If you have oh, he's just gonna say nah, I don't wanna. Oh no, he's going back.
Technically, the Fire Rod, if the keys line up perfectly, can be all the way on the laser bridge in Turtle Rock, but that's particularly trolling.
Yeah, that's very rare. I don't. Can it actually?
Yeah, actually, I was watching Gamer Cal run a race, and he just made this ridiculous gamble, and he kept going, and he kept getting keys, and it was Fire Rod on laser bridge, and he ended up winning by like 15 minutes.
I didn't know that was possible. Okay. Yeah, Mimic Cave is basically the same.
Oh, Value and Hera. We got Master Sword and the Cane of Samaria. And it looks like Samura1man is electing to go kill Moldor.
Has he found both of his items yet?
Yeah. He got the Master Sword and he got the Cane of Samaria. So I guess he says he's already halfway up here. We don't know if the pedestal is required, and it doesn't take long. So let's do it.
Master Sword doesn't actually speed up this fight much, but Hammer does if you can do it. Also, getting like a perfect Moldorm fight with Hammer feels so good.
Yeah, that's just what we saw here. Perfect Moldorm Hammer fight. And Fayaine is making their way into Pod. They'll be happy to find that mirror.
Once you get the first hit down, if you know what you're doing in Moldorm, it's not that difficult. The trick really is that all of Moldorm's parts will start in the same spot every time he gets hit. So he curls up and then he expands. So once you see where his head is moving, you just have to like circle back to where his head started, and the tail will appear. Now, sometimes he will make really, really weird turns, or the hammer hitbox won't cooperate, but that's pretty much how you do it. Is he just is Fayaine just gonna leave? No, he's opted not to. He's opted to continue. He has the lamp, unlike his opponent. Is that what we're seeing? Are we gonna see Turtle Rock play if we have the right equipment? Oh.
Well, we still have a chance. There's still plenty of chests here to drop that Ether Medallion, so you never know.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd go back up there.
I mean, they could easily find Fire Rod and Ether, in which case it would probably be the best play to go in there right now.
Probably. What's our other red medallion or red crystal? It's Eastern. Okay, it's Eastern and Thieves. Interesting.
So Fayaine elected to use their keys in the logic-forced way, and they got themselves locked out. So they are going up and following in Samura1man's footsteps.
Wait, did they actually get key locked?
Yep, they went to the vanilla big key location, got a heart container out of it.
Oh, that's really cute, actually. Doing the dungeon vanilla to see if you can keep going is interesting.
Yeah, that's my preferred way. Like, if a dungeon wants to lock me out and force me somewhere else for progression, I'm like, all right, thanks. I'm wasting my time here. So, not much value in the Paradox Cave. we'll see here if Fayaine decides to grab the pendant or just after getting the Master Sword leaves. The witch was just 20 rupees.
Oh, Fayaine is not far behind Samura1man's footsteps.
Oh, we have a book.
Ooh, pedestal height, maybe.
Yeah, and we'll see if Samura1man remembers to go and check the Ether Tablet while he's still up here.
Probably will. He seems pretty good about this whole route in thing. Doesn't look like there's anything in Hookshot Cave, or at least in the part we can access. Looks like he's going to check that Ether Tablet. Maybe it's vanilla Ether.
Yeah, and he doesn't have an invincibility item, so to him, the Spike Cave is not in the logic. However, he does have a blue potion, which would let him check it if he opted to.
Half magic or blue potion, plus Burna or Kate. He read the tablet in Hylian. Whoops. And piece of heart. Just a little piece of love. That's what it looks like in Hylian. Silly Link can't read without a book. I don't know how that works, but you know. Well.
So it looks like he's checking Bombo's tablet and likely the route into desert from there.
Yeah, that does seem. You got bloods again. Okay, so another little tip: you can actually walk away from these guys when they're frozen on large enough screens, and they will despawn. So, small little tip. It doesn't work everywhere, and it doesn't always work, but you can sometimes despawn the dead rocks. He's about to find out that he does not have access to this dungeon. Probably a relief. Samura1man routes in Bombos with Agina and Desert.
So once again, it looks like we have likely progression in Desert, and we had a lot of progression in Hera. Those Light World dungeons with the progression in B26.
Well, in Desert is a crystal, so this is good that they found this book.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but because of how few other things we haven't seen, I'm assuming there will be some progression.
I can't think of where else it could be. Where else could it even be?
Yeah, I'm coming up blank.
Waterfall Cave, but that would be a sequence break for them. It's just funny that neither of them have done that sequence break. That's just a red rupee.
This is a pretty funny seed because it started out being so wide open, and now it is completely linear.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what seems to happen with these early wide open seeds. They give you lots of options. I mean, you say that it's linear, but they could have, like, one of them could have gone to pod right away. So
that is true.
Could have made a big play on the mirror. Would have opened up their route in a bit. Would have led them to the book earlier. They could, like, one of them could have gone on a completely different path. There was nothing stopping Fayaine from doing, like, from just going south after Eastern and doing pod. So. Yeah, no, neither of them have fake flipped to Zora area. They did Zora, because they have boots, but neither of them. Oh, Soul? He forgot he had sword beams. That was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, he threw his bomb and then he tried to prime his sword for a spin, and it just hit the switchback.
Okay, nothing in this cave. I think we already knew all this, so there's nothing really on Death Mountain.
Yeah, after Hera, it was just well, there was a book, but Hera and the book, and that's about it.
Yeah, I just got Master Sword. Oh, there's the fire
The
rod.
fire rod.
That's gonna. Well, we know that there's an item in Mothila's area.
Yep. So that's a nice breadcrumb to follow, and we might still get another one here.
So the logic wanted them to double dip into stall too. Double dip stall, double dip pod.
I don't know if they got progression in. Oh yeah, they did. The lamp. Yep, you're right. The logic did want a double dip.
Neither of our runner wanted to go anywhere near pod though for like a long time.
Yeah, and when you don't have the bow, it's very understandable.
Oh, there. Fayaine has his book now.
So I don't think Fayaine checked the bonk chest in Hookshot Cave. It was only 50 rupees, so it's not going to be a big deal, but...
Not everyone can do bonks very well, so... I know I failed it a few times, usually just getting stuck. Because when you charge and press a direction on a ledge, it kinda doesn't want you to, it feels like. I finally figured out how people do like some of those really cool like frame quote-unquote perfect. Oh, that is not a rock crab. That one is though. Sorry. Some people like will do those weird charges that are like will skim against edges, and it's like you just don't have to hold. Just don't hold your direction. That's pretty much it. So for people who have always wondering how do people do that cool Skull Woods like charge, just don't hold the direction when you're charging, and you won't trip up on the ledge. And there's Lanmo down. There's a burrito and a crystal. So you think that Bo is going to be at Stallwoods?
I think Bo is fairly likely, but it also could be Ether to get into T-Rocket, because they could full clear that.
It could also be Bo is on Pedestal.
That is true.
Do you want to become the Archer class? Ice would be a sequence break though? I don't even remember where we got ice.
Yeah, so we would probably get the bow, and that would give us Eastern and Pod for... I don't know how many items are left in each location that we haven't seen, but that could be an option. We could get the Ether Medallion and get sent up to Turtle Rock. We could get the Flippers, and then logically have the front half of Swamp and Ice Palace available. Those seem like the most likely items we'll find here. I'm rooting for Ether myself.
I'm rooting for our runners. Except for in GT. Tile room all the time.
I mean, if they get Ether, you know, that's given them a crystal dungeon that they can full clear and get 6 items, you know, with Mimic Cave counting. You know, it's a nice thing for the runners, I think.
Oh, I finally understand what he meant. What that one person meant by ice. I feel dumb now. He meant Ice Palace. Darn. Hey, we are going to see Fayaine complete this dungeon. We're also going to see Samura1man complete his dungeon. Just slightly ahead this whole time.
It would be funny if the progression they get is the flute, and it just sends them to another pendant.
I mean, at least we didn't check the book here, so, or the pedestal. Hopefully he remembers to do that. It's good information to have generally.
A nice fight there with the hammer. Oh, the hook shot. Okay.
Ooh, that's progression. Well, no.
Back up the hook shot cave, I suppose.
Swamp Palace.
No, they don't have the flippers yet, so we'll see what hook shot cave has.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
assuming there'll be something there.
Yeah, that's not a lot of progression.
No, this is getting a little bit trolly at this point, but pedestal height maybe. Here it comes.
We need more French Frizzy emotes. No, just some bees.
It's the bug net.
Oh, it's the bug net. Let's catch some bees. Oh my goodness. Okay, pedestals required. So hopefully our runners will go there. Oh wait, this isn't swordless?
So Samura1man does have a small lead here, but I think Fayaine has checked a few overworld things that Samura1man hasn't. So if there is a trolley item, it could get closer as we go along.
Man, sometimes when I watch runners, it feels like they move so much faster than me. And it's just because when you're playing the game, like, kind of feels slower almost, like, because you're thinking. You know?
Oh yeah.
I was watching Samura1man and suddenly he's at Hookshot Cave. It's like, wow, how did he get here already?
And same thing when you're watching yourself. It's like, wow, maybe I wasn't as bad as I thought I was.
One of these times I want somebody to just show me a video of me racing, but like without my name. See what I think of myself. Oh.
Oh wow.
What? There's nothing there? Where have neither runner been? Samura1man must think there's something in Eastern, right? Nope. I hope he's not going to Swamp. That would be...
Yeah, chat's saying King's Tomb, and that's a good point, but I think Samura1man checked that.
We've seen King's Tomb, we've seen Catfish.
What about south of the grove here on the overlay?
Yeah, I don't think either runner's seen this yet.
This is the only one I can think of.
There they are. Lots of dungeons open up now.
Yep, 2 nice dungeons here. One of them's a crystal with 6 items, so I'm assuming they'll be going there first.
Yeah, probably. Probably not even gonna skip the left side.
Yeah, and it works out that they got the hookshot before this, or else they might have ended up going in there without it.
Yeah, that's true. So this actually worked out for both our runners should end up with like the similar like, huh?
Fayaine is trying to preserve some magic here.
Takes 8 slashes with the Master Sword. The Sword of Evil's Bane takes 8 slashes to kill a zombie.
So
Bit
even
key in
though
the first chest.
Samura1man is in the lead here,
Yeah, I'd say that.
I don't know if he feels particularly great because he keeps finding items in almost the last place they could be.
Yeah, and it's always like a place they could have checked before the last item too. So it's like, oh man, what is happening here? So Bo is definitely mirror locked, by the way. So double dip pod was absolutely required.
Fayaine
Unless it's in
gets
like Ice
mopped
Palace.
down. Well,
Oh
by the
yeah, no,
logic
if it's
it
an
would
Ice
be.
Palace, it's Bo locked. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, go ahead.
Fayaine's getting their crystal, and we'll see where they go from here.
Probably similar path as Samura1man.
Yeah, especially since they didn't check the bonkable cave or bonkable chest in Hookshot Cave.
Fayaine almost forgot about the pedestal.
And Samura1man is electing to just do left side from the start. Pretty good choice when this is, you're coming closer to the end of the seed. You still have a lot of items left to find. At least, if you have more than one item left to find at this point, it's not a bad option to go left first. Although we could be in go mode after Ether and Bow. Well, we will be in go mode after those two items. We just don't know if they're locked behind any other items we haven't seen yet. And it actually looks like Fayaine is getting their flippers before going up Death Mountain. So this is going to really work out for them.
This might let them catch up. They might decide to just do swamp now.
And the left side paying off with a compass.
And a bloomerang.
And at the very least, you're not going to have to come back in. Like that's what you have to console yourself with when you get the compass and the bloomerang over there.
Yeah.
Fayaine is cleaning up the Bombos tablet, but we'll see if they head into Swamp immediately.
There's the bow!
Yeah, that's a great find, and we're really getting down to the last item now.
We need Ether to get in. We need Flute to get into Mire.
Yeah, but Meyer is a pendant, so we might be fluteless this seed.
Oh, whoops. I didn't see. It's green, but it is a pendant. Wow, yeah, no, this could very easily be fluteless. We really just need that Ether, huh? Trying to think, is there anything else?
Yeah, I would imagine our runners are going to go clear up Eastern and Pod after this and see if they find Ether along the way.
Both still have dungeon items for both runners, so it would be nice if we found Tempered on the way, but that choice to do the V26 then and focus on dungeons definitely paid off for Fayaine here. It's caught them up just a little bit, just a little.
Yep, and depending on how much we have to search for Ether, they still have a lot of room to catch up. A lot of opportunity. And Samura1man picks up his crystal for his 4th crystal here. And since he doesn't have the flute, he's just opting to run on over. This is probably the fastest way.
Mm-hmm.
And Fayaine doesn't know it, but if they elect to skip the left side, they could catch up even more. So we'll see what they choose to do. And they are electing to do it. Like we said before, good choice. It's just not going to get them anything that they need.
Yeah, when you're still looking for 2 items and pretty much everything else is exhausted, skipping left side is a pretty silly thing to do. Lost some people some qualifier matches. I think if we grouped people up by the mistake that they made in the qualifier,
That would be pretty funny.
that would be funny. Yeah, so you guys all didn't check the spiral cave. You guys all skipped left side swamp.
Yeah, I do remember that Spiral Cave Bombos, I think, tripped up a lot of runners in one of the qualifiers.
For hours and hours too. Like some runner, like the seed was like an hour and a half, and then like everybody who got tripped up by not checking that one spot were like, "This seed's a troll seed." I'm like, everyone's like, "No, it wasn't." Even though it was pedestal. I mean, it was actually like you were in go mode by the time you got your pedestal. Like you were in go mode before you hit the pedestal. You had all the items to complete all 10 dungeons for anything. It was nice, actually. I was unfortunately not in that, but I did get to see the race. It was a really cool scene.
So Samura1man is on his way to his 5th crystal. Because of the dark rooms, it does look like he has all 3 dungeon items, so King Helmasaur will have an item.
Maybe that's the ether.
I'm sure Samura1man is hoping that.
In the topic in chat, just so you guys know, there was actually a weekly seed that required a double dip into GT. It was a you had to get Flute to get Samaria in. You had to get Flute in GT that gave you Samaria in Meyer.
Yep, I've had a couple GT double dips, but never a triple dip. Fayaine sees that bow, and I'm sure is very happy to get it.
We already saw a bid GT bid chest, or sorry, bid chest. I had my go mode was GT bid chest. A master sword. But our runners, so we'll see if Helmasaur has something. That would be very nice.
That's a pretty good one, Pyre. I have had Book in GT to lead to Bow at Bombo's tablet.
That's awful. Samura1man getting trolled with the pattern from Helmasaur there.
We got simultaneous boss fights. King Helmasaur with the juke, but he goes down.
And it's just a heart. So maybe Armos will have something.
Yeah, and if not Armos, I would expect Samura1man to check the double-chested fairy.
As well as Ice Palace, although that would be nice to go mode.
And that's right, Samura1man has not been to Eastern at all, so he will be opening all the chests. Fayaine has already checked all of the accessible chests before Armos. So as our runners come through getting their 5th and 6th crystals, just a reminder, please follow our runners. They're putting on a great race for us today. This is the first race of the day that's being broadcast, but there's more coming up on Randomizer Mania and plenty of hype matchups on Speed Gaming in the main tournament. Andy's matches today, ACMLM's matches today, a lot of fan favorites. So make sure to watch and enjoy.
And yeah, don't forget to follow all 4 Randomizer Manias and all 4 Speed Gaming, as any race can end up on any of those. I believe that there was a day where all 8 restreams were running.
Yeah, and this is just week 2. We're closing in on the end of week 2 of this tournament. We still have 4 weeks of the Swiss stage of the main tournament. We still have plenty of group stage matches in the secondary tournament.
Yeah, secondary both stages of each tournament is going to be about 6 weeks. The group stage is 5 weeks plus 1 week to settle tiebreakers, and then the Swiss stage will always take 6 weeks. Although you will start seeing people drop out, so there will be less races in week 5 and week 6 when people are unable to continue. You may even see some runners drop out in week 4.
Because Fayaine did not check the dark part of Pod, they will have to, have a few chests here to check. So they'll probably, put back the time they would gain in Eastern Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't get Ether, but we do get a cape. So with Master Sword, if they keep that Master Sword all the way through Ganon, that cape could come in handy during that fight. So now it's just cleaning up other things that they can do. So Samurai1man has some options and some things that Fayaine has already done. So we'll see where he goes and what he decides. It looks like maybe the double-chested fairy first. And that's a good point in chat. That is their first invincibility item. So by the logic now, Spike Cave is available.
But unfortunately, there is nothing there, which we already know. Oh no, yeah, no, do it. Nobody's shit did this race. I swear somebody did, but they've never really had enough health.
Now, Samurai1man had the option, but he would have had to burn a blue potion, and Fayaine actually saved and quit after finding the book, so they did not check the first chest of Hookshot Cave, or Aether Medallion, or Spike Cave. But right now, it's just this cleanup mode where who's going to find it first?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is it's not go mode yet, but I would definitely do Ice Palace now.
Yep, waterfall chests are absolutely possible.
Yeah, Thin Fairy has a chance too. Jeez. These runners' routes have been very weird today.
Yeah, and you definitely get that sometimes when you have a seed like this one.
Is that what we're about to see? Looks like it. This is either a play for Ice Palace or a play for Waterfall Fairy.
It would be a good move to do both. If you don't get it in Waterfall, just come right on back.
Yeah. Well, regardless, come right back. It's a pendant. Never mind. Yeah, you don't want to do Ice Palace. Looks like we're going into Ice Palace. And chat's pointing out it could still be at Meyer theory.
Yeah, if you find that flute first, absolutely. So Samurai1man is making the play on ice.
It's really the only play left.
He has some overworld that he did not do. I don't think he ever took the purple chest home.
Yeah. Well, we know it's his only option.
Yeah. Spike Cave is also available still.
Wow, he used up almost all of his magic there. That's a bit troublesome. You don't want to really do that here.
Yeah, hookshot would be a better option when you have the Master Sword.
Bombs work too, but not really in that room.
I did see somebody with a really nice setup for bombs in that room, but I just can't remember who it was.
That is what low percent wants to do. Oh, he needs those magic. Should probably open up these spots too for the magic. Yeah, there we go. Oh, most people do know that hookshot insta kills penguins. Just maybe it wasn't on his mind. He's probably just getting a little frazzled, thinking thinking he might be behind.
Yeah, at this point, he has found items in the last possible locations a few times, or close to the last possible location, and now he's thinks he's doing it again, right? So he's probably really just trying to hold it together and find that last item.
So no key in the first chest. We'll see if we see a key in this chest, and if he goes back. He doesn't need to because he has all the items to do the dungeon, but... Now these guys do need the fire rod. Oh! Really small key, but elects not to. Oh, he's setting up to grab that fairy. This fairy is hard to get though.
Yeah,
Or not,
if you just don't move, it does come right at you. But if you, if you try to chase it down, it just doesn't work. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, that room's fine with boots. Without boots, that room's a nightmare.
And her first item is a whole 10 arrows. This is actually a pretty good route for a to get all the chests when you have the pegs, the orange pegs down. It's pretty quick. You come right up from that out of the way chest, and you can come right over here. Now, when you are one item from go mode, it's usually a little bit quicker to just check that one right away in case it is the item you're looking for. But it's a mistake that everybody makes, including me in my first race in this tournament. And oh, look, there we are. We have Ether. Does he know he's in go mode? Well, he's in go mode, whether he knows it or not. So get some go modes in the chat. I guess the only exception would be if he's just not comfortable with Master Sword Ganon, even with the silvers.
Okay. Still needs a sword for go mode? No, he doesn't. You can beat it with Master Sword. They've been level 2 sword since like 30 minutes in.
It looks like he has just enough magic for one cast of Ether. He does have a blue potion, but I'm sure he doesn't want to use it up there either.
He's probably hoping he does.
He even has enough left to light a lamp. So right now, we know that Fayaine needs to make the Ice Palace play, but they still have a few other spots they can check, I believe. So we shall see. Hopefully they go and do the Waterfall followed by Ice Palace, just like we saw Samura1man do.
They can just go mode Turtle Rock and then head to the end. Once they do this. Unfortunately, Fayaine is just slightly behind this whole race to Samura1man.
Yeah, and Turtle Rock without half magic and without the Tempered Sword, you usually like to use the Fire Rod to kill the Pokies, and so you do have to manage your magic a little bit through here, but I'm sure our runners will be fine.
Luckily, there's more than enough full magic pots throughout this dungeon.
Yep, and even if you have to backtrack a little bit, if you're if you don't manage it well, you can get one pretty quickly.
Oh no, where's Fayaine going? Oh, this is not good.
Yeah, I can't think where they would be headed right now.
They really just don't want to do Ice Palace. Oh, there's the Tempered Sword. It's right on the path.
Maybe they haven't done Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So Samura1man might think he's behind, but really he's in a great spot now. He has a Tempered Sword, Silver Arrows, and he's just making his way through Go Mode T-Rock.
Oh, why are you going to the mountain? No, this is not correct.
Unfortunately for Fayaine, they have not checked Spike Cave, Hookshot Cave, or Ether Tablet, so I would expect them to do possibly all of them while they're out here.
Wow. You can just jump down the ledge. He's probably just getting, or they're probably just getting flustered at this point.
So Samura1man is gambling on the big chest not having a required key. Usually they'll be okay, but there is a small chance that if that chest they skipped in the middle and the big chest have the two remaining small keys, they could be in trouble. The fact that he did gamble that makes me think he does believe that he's behind. And he finds a key right away, so gamble pays off. Nice laser skip there, too.
I never understood, but sometimes when I do that, when I pick up that magic pot, cast the bridge, the moving bridge, it like, sometimes it uses my magic and sometimes it fully restores my magic. It's always been confusing to me.
So the way I understand it, they have enough magic within them to fill your bar completely, but as soon as it stops filling, it's done, right? So
Right.
if you have a just a little bit of magic, if you use it, it will keep filling till it's full. But if you don't have if you start empty and then you use some while it's filling, you won't get full magic. And Fayaine, unfortunately, is taking a death in Spike Cave before getting to.
Just go to Ice Palace. Just, dude, this is a sign. Okay, this is a sign. Oh, no signs.
Well, we have some hope here, but I don't know what they're opting to do. And Samura1man picks up his last crystal, so that means we're headed to Ganon's tower.
And that means that chat gets to spam a number between 1 and 22 for where the bid key chest is. Or sometimes just spam other numbers.
I think I'm going to go with the Bob chest today. 14 is
always 22.
you do tile room. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what we get.
The reason why I choose 22 is because that chest will never change. It'll always be this 22nd chest they check.
So yeah, unless someone goes crazy with the gamble, that is true.
I don't get trolled by like the runners going like right side or left side. It's just I'm either right or I'm not. And at this point, all chests have an equal possibility.
Yep, and Samura1man getting 2 small keys, but electing to go left side.
Fayaine's gonna be disappointed by that green rupee.
Well, he certainly has enough small keys so far. Five small keys. And it looks like the stun prize is actually a heart. I don't know if we saw that at any point throughout this run. Fayaine is opting to fill up their bottles. So it's a good decision. They could have actually bought a green potion there and spent it right away. That would have helped get the magic to get into Ice Palace.
Oh yeah. Now chicken catfish. Oh man, Fayaine just hit way less spots. But like they were more efficient. They could have just went to ice. Don't be allergic to dungeons.
Well, we found a mirror shield so far in GT, but no big key.
It's always nice to have. Somewhat. Nope, not Mountain Cave. Ice Palace.
Yeah, Fayaine is trying to route together the remaining overworld locations as efficiently as possible, but it's really just avoiding Ice Palace now that's costing him the time in the race.
So here it is, the Ice Armor's chest. Oh, half magic. That's a little late, but kind of always fine.
Oh, we have a 1 in 5 chance of that tile room.
Oh, he's going back to the spike cave. Wait, did he just phase through that spike?
So Samura1man is closing in on his last 4 chests that will keep him away from the tile room.
Yeah. Come on, tile room. Come on, tile room. Let me be right. I am right. Oh, no, I'm not. Never mind.
21.
Oh. Oh, he's going to Ice Palace. Thank goodness. We also found the flute, finally.
Yeah, no Swag Duck Anthem today.
Oh yeah, if he got flute in any of those spots that like Samura1man didn't check.
Yeah, at least we know that's safely locked away in G Tower. But yeah, so Fayaine will find their Ether Medallion at some point soon here, depending on how they route it.
They may even find it faster than Samura1man did.
Yep, that's very possible.
Where's Golden Sword though?
It could be in Mire.
It could. It could be in the top chests.
Getting a heart and magic refill here in the safety room. Or nope, skipping the magic. Getting a little trolled there by the stall child. A good little recovery strat there on that room by Fayaine. Samura1man is making his way through the gauntlet on the last room. Looks like Fire Rod is the weapon of choice for land mode 2. Has to watch his magic. I think he does have a blue pot though.
So we are seeing Samura1man halfway up the tower. And is the Wizrobe bridge like locations. Oh. falls down a little bit there. It's a little too eager. Probably is a little bit worried that his opponent hasn't done yet.
Yeah, I mean he's climbing here. He found a lot of items and fairly late from his perspective, so he's probably starting to get a little anxious. And Fayaine is unfortunately deciding to take a route that's going to end up getting the Ether Medallion a little bit later.
Thanks to Half Magic, got to skip that one spot.
Yeah, Ether is in the other room with the two Stalfos Knights in Ice Palace.
Oh, yeah, I always forget there's two there.
Yeah, the one almost never spawns when you go in the first time anyway.
As Dan said, if either runner did went back up when they got that small key from the freeze order room, it would have been better for them.
And Moldorm 2 goes down. It was a little bit trolly there, but we're past it now, and we're not getting a validated run.
Again, he probably is a little bit worried about where his opponent is.
Absolutely.
Especially since this is no more worrying about my opponent might not know Master Sword strats, because you get the Temper Sword right on the way. I don't understand why you poked Moldorm with Tempered. That is a good question. That is very odd. It's like poking him. It's like hitting him with a fighter sword. Same thing to him.
And Fayaine finds her Ether and just saves and quits.
Straight to the mountain cave.
Agatu goes down. So I'm hoping, I think Fayaine bought a lot of blue potions, so I'm hoping they have one left for to use the Ether Medallion.
They can also just they could have also just entered Dark World from there and picked up the one in Bunny Cave. But
that is a good point.
Hopefully he doesn't forget.
So we're already on to phase 3.
And luckily we don't have to do sword spins, we just got cut them away. Did you find the arrows in Dark World? We did, Ganon, thanks. How kind of you.
Got a clean double there.
Very clean Ganon fight.
Yep, and that's a GG for Samura1man. And Samura1man finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 37 seconds.
That's a very respectable time. And yes, there is a small dungeon bias. in items. It's actually very small, but in like theory, but it turns out to make a very big difference.
Right. So if you think of the locations that are available instead of like the items that are available, then it's about the same. But because of the extra locations, the items have a higher weight.
Mm-hmm. It's also just the way that the algorithm works. It wants to put items, like it'll put an item and then it will attempt to put an item somewhere, and if that area is locked by like another item, it will just try to replace that same item, so it leads to lots of breadcrumbs.
And it looks like we are joined by Samura1man.
Oh.
GG.
GG. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very rough end to that run.
Yeah, I think so.
Not as rough as you think it is. It was just a rough seed.
Yeah, it was a rough seed. And to be honest, I have to say about the ice rod. I went to Turtle Rock thinking I don't have an ice rod. And when I was checking the menu, oh, I have an ice rod already. Well,
oh, you didn't even know you had ice rod. Wow.
I was thinking I don't have it. I didn't check the menu well, and I didn't add it to my tracker actually.
It was like one of the first things you found too.
Where did I find the ice rod? I can't remember.
Sewer drop in Escape.
Oh, it was that early, yeah. No wonder I ever got it.
It was so early that I wasn't here to see you get it.
While I was in an ice palace, I was thinking, alright, I had to find ether and ice rod, then I can go to Turtle Rock. Then I want the ether and I know I can go to the Turtle Rock. Then I was checking the menu a little bit closely. Oh, I have an ice rod.
That must mean a relief.
It was a relief.
At least the Misery Mire area was like completely inaccessible to you guys. That's actually kind of nice if you think about it.
Yeah, you want the floor in Cannon's Tower.
Fayaine is currently just cleaning up GT. Or sorry, not GT, sorry.
So what did you think about the beginning of the seed where you had Dark World access 3 minutes in?
I was thinking it was pretty cool options to go to Dark World immediately, and I decided to go to Thieves Town with 5 hearts and blue mail, and yeah, not so many items to go to Thieves Town to be honest, but I managed to go through it.
Yep, and I'd say that's kind of like you both took very, very different paths. It was a treat. Neither of you went to the early Skullwoods, which would have informed your decisions a bit, because you would have gone the lamp a bit earlier. But it turned out to work out for both of you. The seed really led you on, but Fayaine kind of avoided Ice Palace for a very long time at the end. You guys were almost neck and neck until then.
Oh, I see. I was thinking of going to Ice Palace after I beat Darkness and Eastern, because I was thinking I'm running out of options for Ether, which is the metal that I needed for Turtle Rock.
Yeah. That would have been pretty cool if you had gone to Ice first.
Yeah, it would have been good, for sure. But it worked out eventually, since I want the Ether there.
How did you feel about the mirror and Pog for forcing the double dip?
I was thinking, is this a joke? I wanted to go through all of the other chests because I knew I need a bow to finish the dungeon. So I wanted to check the whole rest of the dungeons, then come back. And yeah, Bugnet was in a pedestal. I had to check it. Really
well, it made sense. You had the book, so. Pedestal hype is always nice.
It is really hype.
So, the Tempered Sword also must have been a big relief, huh?
It was a relief because I didn't want to... I didn't want to do canon with just Master Sword. Take a while to beat.
So when you were climbing Ganon's tower, were you thinking you were behind, or did you think you were in a pretty good spot?
I was thinking I was in a pretty good spot. I did some routing errors, I would say, but not too big that cost me any big time.
You did have a very good run. You mentioned your early Thieves Town. You had a very nice blind fight on there, and your boss fights throughout were pretty good.
Yeah, the boss fights were okay, I would say, since I used to run this game years ago, so I remember some old school strats. That still works.
Yeah, pretty much everything you learn in the vanilla game works in the randomizer, to some extent.
As long as you have a sword.
Yeah.
Then you're just relying on if you speedrun swordless. Sort of. $168 out of 216, jeez.
Yeah, that's without ever going to the Mire area, so...
And that's only like 5 chests. Fayaine is just walking up to the bridge before walking out to the bridge just before. Well, walking into Trinets now. Rain is, so it's still early.
Yeah, and once again, remind you to please follow our runners. It was, really good race, very interesting seed, and they did a great job with it. So please give them a follow.
I want to say thanks to the restreamer and the commentators. It was a pleasure to race.
Fayaine is getting Trinix down, so they'll be making their way to Ganon's tower. If they elect to go right side with the small key, then they will pick up a little bit of time. So any final thoughts on the seed or the race, Samura1man?
I don't have anything to add, I think. Though I wonder why did I do Moldrum, because I knew it was a pendant dungeon. I beat Moldrum thinking I will want an item, but I knew it was gonna be a small key when I beat it. Then I just got a pendant and I just left it.
Yeah, those little things happen from time to time. You're like, well, why did I do that? That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe if it was a pedestal seat, then I had one of the pendants ready.
Yeah, and I think that's what I said. It wasn't that much extra time to go kill him, and it was a nice hedge if it was a pedestal.
Yeah, it had the mass. I got the mass. I got the sport.
Oh, Faye's doing tile room first.
So you're getting to see your tile rooms on this.
Yay!
Maybe we'll find the butter.
Would it be worth the time? If it was master to tempered and you did this, it would actually be worth it. Like the time save would actually be worth it. I'm pretty sure.
Bombos.
Oh, well. Oh, he is gonna save time in GT.
So that was where the bonbons was.
Yeah, hiding in tile room.
So golden swords almost certainly are at in Meyer area.
Yeah, that's most likely it. It could still be like the big chest here, or one of the chests we didn't check on the way up. But Meyer's certainly a strong possibility. Oh, the swag Samura1man block kick.
And here it is. The flute and the bit key.
Running through the overworld takes a bit of time when you don't want a flute, then you find it eventually in a Cannon's Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you think when you found the boots in Mini Moldorm Cave when you had already done so much in the Dark World?
I'm not sure. I was thinking like, oh, I would have got this earlier, but I wanted to go to Darkfeld a bit sooner than I was thinking. Since I got the Power Glove hammer so early and the Moon Pearls, so I wanted to go to Darkfeld first and see what's there. And actually, I wouldn't have done Thieves Town if I didn't have the Blue Mail, which was in Uncle's server.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Fayaine actually didn't do Uncle before they went to Kakariko, so that might have factored into their decision as well.
Yeah, doing Thieves Town with 5 hearts and Cream Mail, it's really risky since everything does 2 hearts damage. Like almost everything. But it's a lot of damage and we will die so fast. And I think I had the bottle of Blue Potion, so that would have been my backup plan in a blind fight, but I managed to do it without using it.
And Fayaine stopping off in the safety room.
What did they did differently in a routing?
It was really just not checking Ice Palace that killed it.
Yeah, when it was wide open, you guys were completely different routes, but as soon as it got more narrow, you were pretty much making the same decisions. Fayaine was just a little bit behind you for a little while, but mostly the same decisions. There was, maybe one overworld location that you didn't check and one that they didn't check, but for the most part, you were pretty much doing the same things.
That's unfortunate. Skipping the dungeon for a while, or like avoiding it for a while, for some time can hurt.
Yeah, they definitely did the pretty much cleaned up all of the overworld, I think, that they had available.
So Fayaine is entering Land Mode 2. Grabbing the ferry on the way.
I'm not sure if Fayaine has any potions left at this point. I know they bought 3 earlier, but I know they've used a couple, so...
Oh, and they won't have half magic going into GT, or sorry, going into, well, any of this. They
Yeah,
have far
that's
less magic.
right. The half magic was on the left, so they're getting a little bit low right now. Picking up both small pots in this room. So as long as they make it through these next couple of rooms, they have a nice, double fairy from the powder, and they have a full magic again.
I think he just I almost had the realization of, did he have the other key? We're near to see if Butter's here. Oh. Validation Butter. Speaking of butter, did I buy butter for my turkey? Canadian problems. Oh, it's a bee.
Well, we found our fourth bottle.
I am. It's Thanksgiving this weekend.
Ah, okay.
It's true Thanksgiving.
So, Trolldorm's being Trolldorm. So we'll see what we got here. Oh, we get a bomb.
You aren't gonna show us it? What?
And the Samura block. And the bombos?
Why do people do this to the poor chest?
Just 50 rupees. I mean, I've seen each one of those, but I don't think I've ever seen all three together.
I've never seen the Samaria used on it. That doesn't even make sense.
So we're really just coming down to the end here. We have an Agatu fight and a Ganon fight.
One.
And Agatu goes down.
This is a nice, comfy early morning run.
It's definitely nice to wake up to a nice rando run, get the day started off right. As Fayaine goes into Ganon, we have all sorts of races today. I know on Speed Gaming 2, at noon, you have ACMLM, and at 2 p.m. you have Andy. I know Andy is racing Cran soon. I forget who ACMLM is up against. So let me check here.
It's versus Troya.
Oh yeah, yep. So some great matches today in the main tournament. Also matches in the secondary tournament. All 4 Speed Gaming channels, all 4 Randomizer Mania channels. Give them a follow.
Yeah, it looks like Speed Gaming 1 is going to be not Randomizer. Or it'll probably be Super Metroid.
Sniped by the bat.
Oh.
I don't think it's Fairy, no. Going right back in though.
Yeah, all the times are in Eastern. For the ACLM match will be in about 45 minutes, and the Andy match will be in about an 2 hours and 45 minutes. For those parties who are... Whoa! The thin just all like, vanished on me while I was looking at it. That was freaky.
And
But
while
yeah.
I'm pointing out the fan favorites that are in races today, like everybody in the main tournament is very good, and I'm sure everybody. And you can see today, secondary tournament is we have a lot of skill there too. So pick some races, watch them, enjoy them, support the runners, support Fiesel and every other restreamer we have.
What's up? What? I wish I was restreaming today after work.
So we got to phase 3.
But today's restreamer is Clifford, as he was last night. He was responsible and woke up on time, unlike me. Whoa! Gannon got a little feisty there. He just like shifted slightly to the left.
Oh, we have Gamer Cal and Andy, the other Andy, at 5 o'clock today.
The Andy I like to call Mystery Andy, because he's very, very good at Mystery Tournament.
And that's a really intriguing matchup because both of them, despite being very good at this game, are 0-1. So one of them will come out of there at 0-2. And we have GG for Fayaine.
There we go. We'll see if they want to join us for commentary.
And Fayaine finishes in second place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 26 seconds.
Unfortunately, the other secondary match, the two that just started, both are without restreams. That's just an unfortunate fact of it being a weekend, and it's a lot harder to get people around. One of our restreamers is gone for a whole week. I'm gonna be heading off to work, so we will be trying to get some secondary matches restreamed throughout the day.
And it looks like we're joined by Fayaine. GG.
Hey, GG.
Hey, GG.
Congratulations on finishing.
Yeah, this terrible seed.
It did get pretty rough at the end there. We agree.
Like, I had so much trouble finding the damn Ether tablet. It was medallion. It was horrible.
So did Samura1man at first. He just made the right gamble of early Eastern or early ice. So.
That's really fortunate.
Up until that decision, you guys were neck and neck though. So don't feel that bad. You were really just like on each other's heels up until he went to Ice Palace and you went somewhere else, basically. So.
Yeah, I literally checked every overworld location that was even possible. It was horrible. I didn't think of Ice Palace at first because, you know, Ice Palace, who likes to go in there? And yeah.
Apparently, Samura1man.
I don't know.
And then I died right in front of Spike Cave's item, and I was like, no, what if it's in there? And I got cape and everything, which kind of looked like Spike Cave, but...
Right.
So interestingly, we had a lot of early options available with that Dark World access, and you guys went in different directions. So you opted to do the South Shore and stay in the Light World route, and Samura1man headed directly to the Dark World. Did you think about doing Dark World, or did you just, wanted to clear out the Light World first?
I saw that Thieves Town was available for me, and like I could do some Dark World stuff, but I was thinking of finding the lamp eventually, but in the end it was, well, in Skullwoods, so I think it was Skullwoods.
Yep. Skullwood's bid chest with vanilla bid key placement.
So yeah, I hoped for some more items in the Light World, so eventually more things might open up, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we're having chat ask. So what was that? What do you have against the validation chest?
Oh. I just wanted to go for the triple. I opened it anyway.
You should have just casted all 3 medallions on it.
That would be amazing, especially since I did Tar Room first and got bad bombos.
Yeah, Samura1man did not get bombos. He did find half magic though, which was left side Armos.
Oh, yeah, I tend to do right side first because I'm a memer.
Well, nothing wrong with that. You also actually did one less dungeon. You never actually finished Desert. Or sorry, Hera. You pieced out when you got your second item.
Yeah, because I saw both items. I got the King of Samaria in what was the second one? I think it was Master Sword.
Sword.
Yeah.
Sword.
So I just pieced out right away.
Not a bad plan. Yeah, I think with the credits rolling, this is a good time to do our goodbyes and our plugs. So again, don't forget to follow the runners, Samura1man and Fayaine. Both their names are in the, you can do !runners in the chat. Alternatively, they're on the screen. If you're on mobile and links are impossible, you can write them down on a pencil and paper if you still have those. Don't forget to follow Cool Pants Guy, our tracker, Clifford_TBRD in the chat, who is the restreamer today. And don't forget to follow Randomizer Mania 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Speed Gaming 1, 2, 3, and 4 to catch all the races and all the randomizer action, as well as other randomizer and non-randomizer tournaments. And don't forget to follow my co-commentator, Korek, on the stream.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow Zelnus.
And I think that's pretty much it. There's not another race. Speed Gaming 2 is where the next scheduled to be restreamed match is going to be. If you want to kill time for the next half an hour, you can, on the schedule, you can see the secondary tournament schedule. You just say, watch Dynasty Zero and Synth, or Ridley the Monster and Dustin on a multi-twitch or something until ACLM. I'm sure that everyone understands that ACMLM versus Troy is a little hype, and some people may be opting to watch that, and that's understandable. So thank you again for tuning in, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day.
See you next time.